Hi guys, welcome back to my messy desk craft space. I wanted to do some tags for the Marsh Flower Journal that I'm working on, and since I had everything out still from making the artist trading cards or altered playing cards, if you haven't seen that video, check out the previous video. I thought I would just go ahead and make some tags, and I've already made one, really pretty one. I kind of like how it turned out. So I'm just using some of the same things that I already had out. I've got some clippings from the collection, some little prima flowers, some die cuts, scraps of some mulberry paper, and a few stamps along with my ink and glue to create this mess. Let me show you. I showed in the previous video this little offcut from die cutting that I really liked and said it would look great paired with some dark cardstock or paper behind it, and I went ahead and did that, and I was going to turn it into a tag. I could, staple some ribbon or something here, but I really think I just kind of like it like this, and I'm going to slip it into either a tuck spot or a little envelope or pocket in the journal, and I think it'll be really cute. I did add these little prima flowers, and I put them in kind of in an ombre effect, so dark to lightest. I did stamp on this offcut and inked it up and just glued it to another piece of cardstock, and that's really it. You've got this really cute little journal card to put in your journals. Simple, simple. I love it. Then I decorated this little pocket folder that I had. I had a Rusty Pickle kit that had all of these little tag punchies, and this was one of them. So the base is from there, but it's pretty simple. You just it's just folded together, and I went ahead and decorated it. This is a tearing from a piece of the pattern paper that I was using, and this was another one of the little punch outs. I added some brads before I glued it on and put one of the piece of butterfly, this butterfly here that I was stamping with in the previous video, just a little snippet of that and some mulberry paper, and glued it all together and inked it, of course. And that will be another cute little insert in the journal. Now this card, I did add some lace after we worked on it together, and I think I finally found the right piece to go there. I was struggling trying to figure out what to put right here, and I was going to leave it plain, but I did find this little scrap of lace, and I really like it like that. I might even add a little button down here just to finish hiding this playing card print right there. Might leave it, I don't know yet. Okay, so got some tags that we're working with here. I've already kind of set some things together that I'd like to layer, I think. And got some stamps, some die cuts. These die cuts were bright white, and I sprayed them with some speckled egg distress ink spray stain. And that's all that's been done to them, other than trimming them apart, because it's a much longer die cut. It looks like this here. So it looks like this, and I've just kind of broken it into pieces that I want for the tags. All right, well, let's see what we can get into here. So this one is a tiny little tag, and again, this was on a sheet. It was just a punch out. So sometimes when you have these punch outs, you'll get these little tabs on here. And I just used my little paper distresser to go around the edge. All this is just a razor blade in there. This is a Heidi Swap edge distressor. I've been told it's a vintage tool. She said in one of her videos not too many months ago that she was going to try to bring it back, but I don't know if that will happen or not. It is just a razor blade in there, which you could use your X-Acto knife to press against, or even your scissors, and just kind of scrape the edge. But it is nice to get those tabs off and rough up the edge just a little bit. So I think on this one I've got just a bunch of little scraps here, and I stamped these this Stampin' Up! Word print stamp on them yesterday when I made the video, and I just kind of want to, sometimes these scraps are like the perfect size to just piece right across here, so it is sometimes worth saving your little pieces when you're working on similar stuff for like the same project, because this is great. These didn't quite die cut out. I must have not run it all the way through. Let's see. Got some scissors here. We'll just trim it off. Okay, so let's see where this goes. And you could glue it down first if you want to. I'm just trying to get the right size here. And then we'll see what we've got left. And this is the die cut of one of the Tim Holtz Thinlits, and it's the background ones that look like this. This is the product number if you're interested. This is one of my favorites. It's so versatile. You can use it for just about everything. Okay. Just cut this off here too. See what we're left with. See? And I think that's going to be like just the perfect size. And then I was thinking this flower could go here somewhere. Maybe even underneath. I'm not sure. Just kind of play with it a little bit. Maybe this flower is just a little too big. We could just use a piece of it. So I still kind of want to see this part here. Okay. Could also make it a little tuck, but I don't think this is going to be very sturdy. So I'm going to avoid doing that, I think. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit of some ink. I'll add some blue ink since the tag is brown. This is Distress Oxide Stormy Sky color. And I think it's going to be just perfect. I'm going to just add a little bit in here too. Not a lot, but just enough to kind of enhance the color there. Okay, and look at me. I've set everything in the glue. That's perfect. So the glue I'm using is just some collage medium. You can use whatever glue works best for you. Just gonna use this here so I can just paint it on, kind of paint on the layers. You could use Mod Podge, you could use school glue like Elmer's glues, tacky glue, glue stick, whatever works best. Suppose you could use a spray adhesive too. I don't use much of that because, well, I don't breathe very good and there's not a lot of ventilation here in my area, so clouding it up with some aerated stuff doesn't sound like a good plan. Okay, so just trim off the excess here. See, I think that looks really nice just like that actually. Some little snippets and scraps. I could actually just add this little flower and maybe leave it like this instead of using this one. I think I actually kind of like that. Let's see. No, I like this off to the side. That's like a layered stack of them. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll just do it like that. And then got a brad here to go in that tag spot. And we'll just put this in first. Be good to go. These are just mini brads. I used to buy them in bulk and sell them in my store, so I've still got tons of leftovers from that. But you can get them anywhere, Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, online, wherever you shop for your supplies from. Just put a little blob of glue there and stick this little Prima flower right there. once that dries, we could add just a little bit of some blue chalk or ink there, and that would be a really cute little tag. All done. All right, so let's work on the next one. This one I'm kind of excited to see how it turns out. I wasn't sure about working with this tag because it's a pre-printed tag, so it comes with one of the, you know, paper collections or something that you get. And see here, you can see the little, like the little pokies that you get from punching it out. Those are what I was talking about earlier in the video. So just take your distressor and just kind of rough them up a little bit. Or you could use the edge of your scissors too. That would work. Just get rid of those little pokey things. I wasn't so sure about working with this wood grain one. I really like how the tag looks, but then when I thought about playing with it, I was like, what am I really going to put on there? But then I was having this mulberry paper out, and I think it really looks nice like this. But I think I might want to stamp something on here. So let's see about that. What do we want to do? Maybe we want to do a piece of that butterfly. Ooh, actually, I have this stamp here. This one is a Hero Art stamp. Most of my stamp collection is pretty old, so I'm not sure if they're still available or not, but that's what I use. Okay, so I just want to ink up just a little bit of this, and then just kind of press it along here. Yeah, that's really pretty. Then I've just got a baby wipe here. Clean this off. All right, maybe we'll let that dry for just a second or two. I think that's gonna really look nice. And this one I was thinking about using with that too. We'll see. So this is another of the same tag packet that I got, and I put an eyelet in there to match. And then you can see this, the tags already have like what looks like book page, some kind of letters printed in them, which I think is really nice. And so I have one of those background die cuts that I showed you earlier from Tim Holtz, and I just put a stamp of this letters on here, and then I sprayed it with some speckled egg, and I had done that the other day. So these are just scraps that we're trying to use up here. And let's see, I think I need to do some layering here. I've got another piece of mulberry paper, and I think my plan was to kind of put that underneath the flowers like this. Kind of layer it together like that, or I could put this underneath. No, I kind of like the flowers in the forefront, but I also kind of like them on there. So maybe we'll just do it like this. Trial and error, guys, trial and error. Just keep playing with it until you get something that you like. And I think I kind of like it like that. So we'll just go ahead and glue it down. Oh yeah, I had this little piece here too. I could put this butterfly in the back like that. Yeah, I think I really like that. Okay, so now we'll just glue it down. I love working with these, like, messy desk, I guess, for lack of a better phrase, because you just kind of pick up what's nearby and see how you can incorporate it into what you're working with. So I'll just glue this down here. No specific place in mind. I just want to, I'll cut off this little bit of excess here. And then we'll put this mulberry paper down. This gets really sticky really easily because it's so thin. And I try not to glue down the fibers so that they can just be fuzzy and fluffy on their own. It's fun. Guess I could have torn the edge. Let's see if I still can, so that it's fluffy at the top too. There we go. And maybe just a little down here at the bottom. I like to put my finger kind of on part of it when I'm tearing, because the fibers will either pull apart really easily or they'll be difficult. And if they're being difficult, it's easy to rip kind of the whole thing and more than what you intend to. So I do love playing with this mulberry paper though. Okay, so we're gonna hold there so we don't lose half of it. All right, so now we got some fluffy ends at the top and the bottom and all the sides. And probably a blue thumb. Yep, that's great. Okay. We'll save these and see if we can't tuck them in somewhere, since they like to grab everything. Now I'm using pre-printed and pre-cut tags, but you can use whatever you have. Tags come all kinds of different ways. You can cut them out yourself. You can buy them. You can die cut them. Anything goes and anything works. So I know there's also punches too. I've seen little tag punches. So whatever you have that's easiest for you, use that. Sometimes I use a little variety of all of it. I use some chipboard ones. I use ones that I've die cut. I use ones that I just have on hand. Sometimes paper collections that I get will come with stuff, and I use that too. So just make it work. Okay, so now we just need to trim off the excess here, and this one is done. I think it's really pretty too. It's going to be so much fun putting all these little pieces into the journal. And then since the back of this is white and I got some little splatter going on there, I might just go ahead and ink the edges here, and then it can just be a little journaling card. Make it look like some of this is supposed to be there. And we could go ahead and put some ribbon or lace or eyelash trim or just some little scraps of yarn in the tag. I'm not going to do that yet because I don't know where in the journal it's going to go. So sometimes it makes a difference to me if it's got stuff hanging off of here or not. But I do really like the layering and how it turned out there. So you guys can see, just tinker with your scraps and see what you have. Oh, on this one I added a little piece of burlap at the top, but this one didn't have an eyelet. So let's see, is this one dry? All right, so I think I'm gonna put some of this letters in the background of this stamp onto the wood. That'll be kind of neat looking. Let's see. Got this really big archival ink pad over here. Push in the ink, and since I know it's gonna be more of an area than this tag, we'll just line this stuff up and see what all gets inked with some of these great looking letters. All right, probably too much of an area, but that's okay. Hey, that looks great. I think I'm gonna put just a little bit more on this flower die cut here. And maybe we'll get a little on there too. Okay. I need to give this one a real cleaning one of these days. All right, so this one we're not going to see a lot of it, but I did just kind of want something in the background. I'm going to put this here. And, oh, there's another one. Boy, I've got little tag pieces everywhere. Okay. I thought I had a piece of little music print, but maybe I don't anymore. All right, we'll just go with this. So I was kind of thinking something like this, and then this one here. Let's see. See how I only have half of this butterfly here, and then this little flower piece, I torn it so that it just kind of fits right in there. I'm gonna ink this with some walnut stain ink, and we'll see if I'm liking it together like that. Sometimes having these edges more defined really helps the look a lot. Aside from on my fingers. This was a piece I stamped yesterday, so it's really dry, which is great. Okay. So I think I'm going to start by just gluing this down. You can also use stickers and word phrases or whatever if you have like stamps or chipboard letters on these tags. I'm just using just what I have out because I'm trying to, I guess, kind of find my desk underneath all this stuff, but also make sure that things match and coordinate. And by using some of the same supplies, I know that I'll have the same colors and even some of the same textures, which is great. And some of the same images before I put it all away. Which is a really nice way to get everything to coordinate too. My only problem with doing that is that sometimes I'll get stuff out and I'll think, oh, this is so pretty and it'll work so well, and then I'll just keep using it, and I kind of get stuck in a rut. So I feel like I have to get out of that. Like when I break out the glitter tool, oh my gosh, everything for like the next week has glitter tool. It's the best way ever, in my opinion, but I've got my glitter factor right here, so I'm okay right now. I'll just go ahead and glue this down. I think what's so fun about these is just the layering, and you just get the elements layered and layered and layered and layered, and it looks so great. All right, so there's another one. That one's really cute and fun. How many have we done? We've done like 3. That's really cool. All right, so let's do one of these little ones. And this was just a square that was inside. It was the punched out piece of this little nameplate here, and I saved it, and I thought I'd just make a little tag out of it. So I was thinking for this one is I'm just going to glue this here, and maybe we'll put this little flower on there since I didn't use it on the other piece. Or we could just put the little flower by itself. Yeah, that's kind of cute. I kind of like that. Okay, maybe we'll use this on this piece. Shows up a little better over here. All right, let's try some ink on here. since this one's already brown, I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of blue so that I'm getting a little bit of all the colors here. And then we'll put this one with some brown ink and help it with a little bit of contrast. And now we'll glue it down. Yeah, we'll just glue it down. So this one, tags can come in all shapes and sizes, and they don't always have to have like a ribbon or a string or whatever, but sometimes when you have those little tiny pocket areas, this is really fun to do. And it is white on the back, so you know, they could journal like a date or maybe a tiny photo or something in there. So these are kind of fun to have in your journals in all sizes. This one I wanted to do a pocket. So it is more of a brown color. I'm going to put some blue on the edge here. Again, this ink I'm using is Stormy Sky Distress Oxide. If you don't have this, you can, I've seen a lot of people do some really great inking techniques with some markers or some watercolor pencils or watercolor paint. You could use paint too. You could use chalk, or you could just leave it plain. Maybe you don't care for this inked up look, but I really do like ink. All about ink. All right, and this one I was going to make a pocket, little pocket tag. Maybe it will even house this little piece of little tiny rectangular one that we just did. So to do the pocket, just put glue on 3 of your sides and leave that top one open. And we'll put this in here, just kind of like that. And I was thinking maybe we'll stick this here and a little flower cluster. What do we think? Maybe not this piece. What did I have on there? I had it set out with something and I thought it was just really cute. This mulberry paper, when I get it out, I like to try to use every little piece of it because it's harder to find and it's a specialty paper. So I try to use every little stitch of it that I've got when I'm working with it. Okay, so maybe that's how I had this. Again, this is a pocket, so there will be something in the top there. But I thought this flower just really matched back there. So we'll go ahead and tear this off here. And we can just kind of leave it plain like that. So we'll glue this down and that'll be a cute little pocket. This Marsh Flower collection has been so much fun to work with. I really love blues and gold. Although it has done one thing that usually is not my comfort area, mixing white and off-white together, and it does it so beautifully. So I've been trying to be mindful of that and doing, like this one was bright white, these are off-white, so just trying to still coordinate in the colors that it uses. And so this flower I have just hanging off the edge just a little bit, and I'm okay with that. I think it looks really nice. Kind of looks like it's, you know, coming from all directions. So there's another one. So tags don't have to take forever when you're making them, which is really nice and something I like about making tags. If you just have a few minutes to craft or need an extra embellishment or two, it's always easy to just, you know, try and piece up some of these scraps. Let's see. this little, maybe that's kind of nice because it kind of shadows this little doily piece that is in the collection. And maybe see how if it's on the desk it gets used. So like everything right now is gonna have this mulberry paper. and that's okay. It's kind of fun. All right, yeah, I think I kind of like that. So we'll glue this down and then we'll cut out the edges. And this one is way more white. And I think I'm gonna leave it that way. Just gonna put some glue on here. Some glue here. Squish that in there. Bring it just a little bit closer. There we go. And this one does have a hole in it, so maybe we'll put a brad in this one too. Find the scissors, just trim it back out. Now these little tags, you could hang them from like a little bulb pen. They tack up really nicely, especially these tinier ones. But if you don't have that or you don't want to do that, that's okay too. I sometimes will brad them together or use like a little jump ring and like hang them like this. And I think this kit even has some smaller ones, even smaller. Let's see. I know what I'm talking about. Maybe we'll put one on a bulb pen with a little tiny one. What did I do with them? Those are buckles. I punched everything out and put it all in like this little envelope, so got quite a lot of goodies in here. Sorry if that's noisy, kind of rustling through. There's another little tag, that's kind of a cute size. Maybe I already set it out. It also came with this file folder. I haven't quite figured out yet what I'm going to decorate the file folder with, but I'm sure it will be something from this pile here. Oh, that's so strange. I just had those little tags. Well, all right. Just keep working, I guess. Darn. Well, I do have the bulb pen, so let me grab that, and we can at least be ready for when I do find those tags. These are all the bulb pens that I was so fortunate to find during my Black Friday shopping. These ones came from Hobby Lobby. You can get them at a lot of places, though. I've seen them online, but I had never seen them in my area for a reasonable price, and I was able to get them all on sale, so that was great. Okay, so this one I'm just going to put the little clip on, reminding myself I want to put some other little things on there. I'll probably put some like a charm or maybe some of those little tags once I find them, and then I'll clip it onto the journal. This one, though, is going to get this cute little brad. And this is kind of like a taupe color that matches pretty good. So That's fun. And I think I am still gonna just put a little bit of ink around here. Can't help it, guys. I am somebody who likes to ink everything. All right. Well, there we go. Just a short little play session. Let's pull out everything that we made here. Those ones aren't. I didn't do that one yet. So we have this one, this one, this one. Oops. This one here. And this one. All right, this is really great. We did quite a few with just these scraps here. So make sure you keep in mind the scraps that you have when you're working, and always look for opportunities like these great takes to pull out and make coordinating items with. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel to grow. Share it with anybody else that you think might like it, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. And I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.